Good evening, everybody. Tonight is night 6, and the prompt for hashtag Neo-Pagan November for tonight or today, I waited for tonight because the prompt is darkness. And I thought this would be a good time to talk about perceived darkness in witchcraft and magic. Not to say that it couldn't be used for sinister purposes, but something on the shadow side doesn't automatically make it bad or evil, but we tend to fear it because we're taught to fear our shadow. We're taught to fear other people's shadows. So I thought this would be a good time to talk about the Goetia, also known as the Lesser Key of Solomon. So this would be the shadow side of the angels. There are 72 angels of the Shem HaMephoresh in Kabbalah, and there are also 72 demons, and you can learn all about them in the Lesser Key. But I have found a really good tool for this is Travis McHenry's Occult Tarot. So I did an unboxing of this last December, and you can go watch that. And even as I was unboxing it, I was like a little nervous, and I was like, I don't really know if I'm going to use this, and I don't know how I feel about it. And that's okay. You can be, I think people would be maybe fibbing or lying a little bit if they said they weren't a little bit nervous to start to learn about these things. But I had no idea that, this was going to be as intriguing of a study as it has been. In fact, in addition to studying with this deck from Travis McHenry and this book, I have also been taking, I'm just finishing up a course from an occultist named Baal Kadmon, or Kadmon, I'm not sure how he pronounces it, on demons. And it's been very educational. And so, yeah, there's 72 demons. And I think a lot of the demons actually look less scary than some of the angels. So this deck is really cool, but there's other ways to learn. So it will show you a picture of the demon, and it will tell you what you would be using this demon for. So for instance, this is Ammon, and he helps reveal the past and future and helps reconcile friends and enemies. So this is somebody or something, an energy that's trying to bring together friends and enemies and make everybody get along. Like, that doesn't seem like such a horrible thing, does it? Not to mention that he's kind of cute. Okay. We've got Boer here who teaches philosophy and the uses of herbs, and he helps to heal all disease and disorders and brings good familiars. So if you are looking for a familiar or wanting to know what familiar you should be working with, maybe this would be, let's see if this will work. Maybe he looks kind of scary. I'm not going to lie. He looks kind of scary, but if you read about what he does, it's not as bad as what you might think. Moloch. Moloch's one we hear a lot about. Yeah. Now, you might be able to see what they look like better, but I can't read it as well because it's too dark. It says, makes one worse off than ever before. Tricks mortals into being bound and accepts child sacrifice. So this is one that you would think of who is truly dark and sinister. And so even within the Goetia, there is light and dark, shadow and light entities. Okay, so but this whole entire genre has been deemed of the darkness. And I just think that it's pretty interesting once you start to learn about the things that have been taboo. And I can't help but think that these things have been kept scary and kept in the darkness because there is power here that we need to know. And even though, I do still consider myself a light worker, how are we ever going to win against the true darkness or the true evil if we're not playing with the same tools? So that is really, been my, I guess, intention of going down this path. But I have been very surprised to find that, Moloch, he takes child sacrifices. He's not one that I would want to work with. But it says right there, you know, what he does. He wants to make things worse. Lucifer. Lucifer provides liberation and illumination, incites jealousy and envy. So there are definitely demons in here that you would think Beelzebub, right? Beelzebub makes manifest the applications of demons, or sorry, makes manifest the apparitions of demons and sets demons upon men to destroy them with vices. So are there definitely the ones that you would think, and sometimes we have to let loose that side of ourselves, maybe not to that extent, but up here on my shelf of Egyptian gods and goddesses, I had been working with Sekhmet over the summer through the Lionsgate, and that was not intentional. Some of you guys may have taken my Lionsgate activation where we worked with Sekhmet. Sekhmet helps unleash sacred rage. She is more like on the darker side, maybe like akin to like maybe Kali or, you know, different goddesses like that. I worked with Anubis this late summer to help my one of my rescue dogs got kidney disease, and Anubis is one known to work with the darkness and death, right? Death is scary. Death, we don't like to think about it. We don't like to talk about it. But we're all going to die. So anyways, that is what it made me think of. And if you haven't gone down the lesser key of Solomon, I definitely recommend. It is good to start out with the greater key, which is the angels, because the angels co-rule with the demons anyways. And I even have listened to some occultists who practice goetic magic, and they tried to invoke the Goetia demons without invoking the angels first, and they've just said it just flat out didn't work. So you end up needing to work with those angels first, and then those angels are really who will come in and call upon an appropriate goetic demon to work with if need be. So that is my spiel on darkness, and it is dark and I'm tired. I've had a really fun and great Sunday, so I'm going to head off to bed. See you guys tomorrow.